Our connection, which is a total of 60,000, which pays for the whole line, you know, but you don't have to build this really expensive system. It's a good deal for you, it's a great deal for us, everybody wins. I don't know if that works, but potentially we can have that discussion next month. But right now, we don't know if we want to allow those bigger connections, and we don't know what the cost of the line is, so it makes it premature to have a lot of this. There's too many unknowns.
The question is different, but on the 8-inch pipe that they're using, what's the wall thickness that they're using approximately?
So usually we use DR18, which is rated for 240 PSI roughly, and the thickness is a little over ½ inch.
Okay.
Well, does council agree to get the bids done to see where we stand?
Sure.
Any motion?
So,
Well, I was just gonna say, if you don't, just to get it done, I don't know if you have a motion to have that or not.
Yeah, let's not have a motion, let's just instruct him to get it done, since it's not on the agenda.
I'm good with that, as long as there's instruction, I'm good.
Yep.
I just don't want to get to the invoice time next month and have you say, what's this for?
We'll have a vote on the.
Nobody voted.
When you get back to that. Okay. Any other last questions for Ryan or anything on the extension? Thank you, Ryan. That takes care of it. 10, storm here and water matters. We don't have the water guys here. Does anybody know anything besides we got the grant in the well, which is the big good news? Anything else that anybody?
Do you guys know?
Oh, I have one thing real quick.
On the stormwater? Or
Yes.
excuse me, storm haven.
On Storm Haven, I have, you handed me one of the older copies, they sent us a copy of that too. Basically, when I got the grant, before I had a cap saying that we would start fixing stuff to get operating permit by this summer. Since we're now drilling in the fall, I'm like, hey, can I please have an extension so that I can actually get a temporary or permanent, and that way we are working on the problem. So that's what resulted in this cap, was now they have extended out another year. And because they extended out another year, I even got them to take off a couple items, that's why it's a little bit shorter. I got them to say that the individual booster pumps are not our problem, I've gotten those taken off.
Great.
So my question for you and city council is, may I have authority to be able to sign an extension for another year so that we can actually do the well project and to be in compliance with state DER requirements?
by all means.
I think we would want to. Does the council have any?
Motion for the mayor to sign.
I'll second that.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? If not, the mayor will sign. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. And where would I sign?
Well, you can sign or I can sign, but let's, change that out.
If you're leaving, why don't we go ahead and just cross out Kim and have the mayor sign?
I always make the mayor sign if he leaves the lights.
Yes, that's why I'm like, I'm not even asking.
Jude, I'll let you do your
Thank
crossing
you.
out. Anything else?
That is exciting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, another storm haven item issue, the Heinz property. I have a blue stake, it looks like they're gonna start digging up there next Monday.
I've heard the Heinz multiple times.
Where we took out the trees.
Ah, okay. Right along the highway and right there, that lot there.
So it got fixed.
No, it's gonna be fixed, we got the blue stake,
We'll know more Monday.
yes,
Uh,
which is the last day of blue stake, it's good, so I don't know why they did that. But anyway,
Okay. Any other for Storm Haven? Move on to item 12. Discussion and possible approval of transition ground properties.
Okay.
Turn the time over to Eric.
this is back in front of you again. We're talking about this transition property along where Todd was just talking about. So this zone runs down the edge of the town.
And this is
Right. And so this front lot is here, then the back lot comes down into here. All within the town, but it splits the zone. What we're looking at now is this line right here. This is county, so this white is all county, that has not been annexed. Heber City is now annexed clear to this line. This property that you're looking at here, Erickson's, comes clear to here. The problem we have, Heber City is not, by state law, allowed to annex property unless you annex the entire parcel. Well, half of his property is in the town of Daniel proper. Now, on the flip side of that, and if we need to go into closed session, just say, on the flip side of that, we're not allowed to annex this because it's within 5 miles of an airport.
So if we want to have any discussions on any of this, we do want to go into closed session, so,
Well, I don't know, unless it's a legal issue.
right?
I don't think that this discussion.
Not right
here-
this second,
Right.
depending on how this
Yeah.
evolves.
Yeah, so if we say, oh, we gotta go to closed session, don't get offended. What we're looking at is running that property and annexing it into the town. And this has been in front of you before, a few times. I know that we've had it here.
Under Erickson or under somebody else?
No, the planning commission in 2016 sent a thing to you guys to look at this property and to get it moving to come into the town. But we haven't taken any action. We revisited that in the planning commission. They didn't take any action this last time. They're waiting for you to initiate looking at getting this into the town. So this will be without an application, so all the rules are different. The town is looking at annexing without an application.
Is this a catch-22? We can't annex it?
There's conflicting state code, yes.
And
What does the council want to do?
Heber City couldn't have, or shouldn't have even annexed what they,
No, they can, because they own the airport.
okay?
So this is what was sent out in, the date on that. I don't want to give you the wrong date.
You can't go into closed session, I
Okay. This is November 11th, 2014. So this is from our old engineering company, and this was the recommendation. The northern sections of Lot 1 and 2 are located partially in the industrial zone. We recommend that the Planning Commission request that the Town Council initiate the rezoning process in order to zone both lots RA5 only. And so this actually come into play off of the three forms. The back of those two lots have industrial in them also.
Which got converted to residential, or still commercial?
Just not, it's right there, never got rezoned.
Okay.
Even though the recommendation came to the council, the town council has not initiated that process.
Yeah.
Right, here we are. Are you guys ready to initiate?
I would say just over the years looking at it, I would think, I don't know why we wouldn't as a town want to try to finish up our borders and have control over those boundaries with Heber City butting up against us, so.
So this is the Heber City zoning map here. So if I'm laying that correctly, this is I-1 industrial, the pink. This is I-2 industrial. And so as a result of this last piece, this piece right here that they've annexed, this will have some of the highest density in the city.
Industrial.
Because it's industrial too, and so they're talking very high density in this area right here.
Wow. So if we bring this in, then we have some control over that buffer zone between that, I think it's great.
And so there's two issues here. One is annexation, the other one is zoning. Annexation first, because we can't zone it, it's not ours. So we need to annex that in, then we need to look at zoning. There's some different folks that think that this should remain industrial, and we should use that as a buffer between us and Heber City. But that's something we're gonna have to decide, and then if we decide that, then we need to have access into that industrial zone. And so typically in an industrial zone, you'll need two entrances and exits. So I can tell you that this parcel here has roads built right to the edge, as if they will continue into this industrial area. The one that's up here, this road right here, which is just a couple away from that, it was on Heber City's master plan that they just had, shows this road going all the way down here, and across the highway. Thank you, Ken, for that map.
Okay, but, so first things first is that we need to
Initiate.
initiate the annexation.
We need to initiate
Okay.
the annexation.
And then you can decide about the zoning if that
You
happens.
can decide about the zoning after that.
We can-
Now,
Yeah.
is there a possibility the state will keep us from annexing it?
There's gonna be conflicting. What I'd like to try and do is, once it's initiated, I'd like to go sit down with Tony Kohler, and I would like to do a boundary agreement between the two. And I think if we can come up with a boundary agreement, they're not gonna protest, we're not gonna protest, it's the boundary agreement. A lot like we did with Charleston on the other.
Yeah.
Like tying up one loose head too, it's one of the bigger loose heads.
It is, and that will help them guys also. I know that they're kind of in turmoil right now with the city manager being fired and things in Heber City, but I think that we need that. We're gonna continue to get more and more
That's a good thing.
interest in this. The one in the back of Three Farms, we've already had somebody looking to put a dog kennel on there. They inquired about putting a kennel back on that industrial property. It was not the owner, it was gonna be a sublease.
So, how does the council feel about moving forward on bringing that in? Good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go for it.
absolutely. Do you need a motion?
I do.
I make the motion
I
that
was just pretending.
we move forward on the annexation of
County properties,
the county properties.
would that be worded properly?
You
Is
bet.
that okay?
Great.
I like it.
We have a first, second, we have a second. Any last discussion on it? All in favor? Aye. With that being said, this line item, if, you know, the timeframe on all the notices and all that stuff,
Yeah, and I think what we'll do is we'll probably hold a joint public hearing again.
or
with
planning and.
Right, so we get it all done in one. So
uh,
we've typically done that in the past, so. It works. Woohoo, huh?
Okay, we're down to any, okay, down to 13, approval of council meeting minutes on March 5th, 2018. Did everyone get a chance to take a look at those? And if so, the chair will entertain a motion.
Please have my corrections in, right, Mike? Thank you. Motion to approve.
We have a motion to approve. We have a second.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussions? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, minutes carried. 14, Recorder's Office, warrant approvals, announcements, etc. From the time over to Mary and let her present the warrants.
Okay, so we have the office phone bill, DNA half dozen is the rent.
It's not donuts, huh?
No, dang it,
Charlie?
because I really am hungry, no.
Half dozen right there.
We have post office that was stamps for Eric. Wasatch Wade was for the bunker rezone. Utah Department of Commerce, that's the quarterly surcharge that we have to pay. Smith and Harbison, Blue State, that's the quarterly. And then there's the GDA. And then Staples. On the next page, there's the CenturyLink data bill. Daniels Irrigation, we got a Brown's water transfer. Heber Light and Power, rural water, that's our annual dues. Chemtech Ford and GDA Engineering. And on Stormhaven, we have the regular monthly Dominion Energy, Heber Power, GDA, and Chemtech Ford.
Motion to approve.
I second it.
Is there anything else, Mary, before we go down on that? We have a motion and a second for the warrants. We have a discussion?
Are we looking at the, sorry, I lost our, Smith and Hart's Fixin'? Is this on the trailer park?
Yeah, it was all
We're-
down.
667.
Yeah, is that what that's for, is the trailer park work?
I think there may have been, I wanna say there was something, one small thing for the school, but I think for the most part, yeah.
And did you guys get us all the bills? Seems small for GDA.
You're welcome.
Yes?
Until next month?
Yeah, I'm sure next month it'll balance out.
Expand a little bit.
It seems to come in waves, and so we have a couple of small months, and then we have one that we have conversations about why is it so big, and then it drops back off again, and this was a small month. But
We're okay, huh?
I believe, according to my records, we got everything out, so I think it was a small month.
Great.
$2,500.
Okay, so we had a first and a second, and we had discussion. Any more discussion? If not, John, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Warrants approved. And 15, do we need to go into 15 at all for this evening?
I don't, there's one thing that Ryan said that caught my eye. He said with her leaving, what are we talking about?
Yeah?
I've decided to accept a job at the state.
You did?
Yes.
Who do I need to call to put in a bad word for you?
I'm not gonna make a call too.
But it's weird because the director of the GIS actually came up to me and asked.
I put in all the bad recommendations I could
Did you?
find.
Well, it looks like you're excited, so it sounds like a good thing.
Well,
It is.
Congratulations, yes.
So Kim's official last day will be Friday.
Really?
Stay
This
on as-
Friday?
This coming Friday. She'll stay on as our water operator until I take the test, or hopefully until we replace her with some other
Did you
engineers.
say till you pass the test, please?
I was trying to say until we hire somebody smarter than me that passes the test.
I gave you all the answers, though. I gave you this to my books earlier today.
So we'll get that taken care of, and she's gonna stay on as the water operator until we don't.
You're awesome thus far, and we're very sad to see you go, because you're very good.
Thank you.
So what department?
I'll be working in the Division of Oil, Gas, and Mining.
Wow.
You're probably busy.
Well, thank you for all your hard work here.
Yes,
Thank you
thank
guys.
Yep, appreciate it.
Good luck. They won't be as easy to work for as us.
I enjoy working with you guys.
Always remember that.
Thank you, Kim.
Well, thank you guys.
And Chair, I'll entertain a motion for,
Going to adjourn.
motion to adjourn. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? None, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?